4 men approach me at 2 a.m. this weekend, and one of them says, hey, ma'am, can I ask you something? And I'm like, sure, because it's 4 men and it's 2 a.m. and I'm just trying to walk home. I actually don't really have a choice. And he says, if you saw 4 assholes, would you fuck 2 of them? And as he gets closer to me, he probably sees the look in my eyes because he doesn't even deliver the line. Like, it literally reminded me of that scene in Gilmore Girls where he goes, is your muffin buttered? Do you want someone to butter your muffin? But he got shy at the end because I think he saw my presence of, oh, this bitch is gonna chew me out. And so his friends are already starting to cower away. And so does he, because I think they know I'm about to go off. And I was like, I'm sorry, what are you doing? It's 2 a.m. And they're like walking away. And I'm like, my favorite animal is me after a man tries to say something gross to me on the street at 2 a.m. And the 4 of them with their little tails between their legs, honestly, start walking away. And I'm calling after, that's insane and gross. There's 4 of you, it's 2 a.m. and you're talking about fucking, are you not, like, I forget what I said, but I was just like, I need them to feel a little bit ashamed and embarrassed because that was disgusting. And like, I was tired and I was just trying to go home. And you see 4 men like blocking the sidewalk like, hey man, can I ask you something? And you can't even fucking deliver the line. What is wrong? It's just like, it was so embarrassing. Because not only are you a fucking Nickelodeon ass, like, these are obviously grown adults acting 12, but also don't care that they're, like, making a woman feel, A, overpowered, B, uncomfortable, C, trying to make an inappropriate joke to her. At 2 a.m., it's dark, nothing's open. You and your 4 friends want to say something gross to me? I'm going to make you feel like a little boy. Because you are. Then they're running, they just... I don't know if his friends were embarrassed of him. I don't know if they were talking about that before. I don't know why he thought that was funny. But I needed them to know that it was fucking lame. And I just had to say that because, like, if a group of men should never be inappropriately speaking to a woman after dark on the street in general. Like, why are you being so creepy and weird? And do you not know the optics of there's 4 of you and it's 2 a.m.? I know I keep saying that. It's just like so appalling to me. It's so appalling to me to be so comfortable making women uncomfortable. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make you feel a little bit, I don't know if they actually did feel uncomfortable because I don't know if men feel anything. Do they feel shame? Men who have the lack of awareness of what they're doing to even do that kind of thing, I don't expect them to have much awareness or a journal or anything like that. But I was just like, sometimes I just need to just kind of scold. That's my inner skeleton woman. The woman who knows. La que sabe? Is that how you say it? A man was scolding me on my last post about yelling after the 4 men who came up to me saying vulgar things at 2 a.m. And I get where he was coming from. He was like, this isn't safe. You shouldn't be doing this. But I wonder if some men know that, like, my animus is unfortunately to be confrontational. Like, it reminded me of, there was this girl I used to be friends with. I'm no longer friends with her because she brought me to this club. And she was like, the guy who owns it is fucking crazy. He's an asshole. And then he ends up, like, crashing out with his girlfriend, who's her friend, and then starts yelling at every woman in the place, including me. And he says, get this bitch out of my face. Just like that. Gesturing vaguely, get this bitch out of my face. And I said, what are you going to do? Hit me? Did I think before I said that? No, but I need people to understand, like, I am a little bit meant to crash out here on this earth, specifically when men, I get that, like, you know, be safe. I am willing, unfortunately, in those situations to push the red button and see what the fuck comes out. I'm not saying it's smart. I'm not saying it's safe. It is unequivocally me. I don't know why, but he was like, get this bitch out, because he's like owning the club, but he was so belligerently drunk and talking to the security guard, and the security guard's like, whoa, man, whoa, man. And for me, part of me saying, what are you going to do, hit me, is also to see in this situation all of these bystanders who are watching this man be belligerent and allowing it. Some women, some of us were really like, no, so all of this is fucked, and you're fucked, and you're fucked, and you're fucked, and none of you are going to address what's fucked. So I will. Hit me. I'm not saying it's smart. But in those moments, I end up honoring myself. I do end up saying, what the fuck is wrong? You're gross. Why would you come up to me at 2 a.m. and say this? What are you doing? Are you okay? What is wrong with you? But when you have that, like, instinct in you, I don't know. For me, again, I don't condone it. But for me, that's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. When the man says something gross and disgusting and threatening, I'm gonna be, what did you mean by that? Look me in my, I have stories I could tell that are maybe like a little more dark, where I've been in a situation where I felt like a man is really trying to like trap me, intimidate me, like turn the lights off to disorient me. And I crashed out. And I said, you're never gonna do this to anyone again. I think I put some shit off the table. Because sometimes when me as a woman who can have different demeanors, meaning I can present as this very chill, dormant, classy gal, but underneath I'm a little vicious. Like truthfully, I have a lot of like feminine rage and all these things. When that's activated, sometimes I want to let it breathe. Sometimes I want to let her out. Like, isn't she tired of being in a cage? Like, when this predator presents himself, do you not want to give your inner predator a chance to run just for a second? Just for a second. And it's risky, and I'm not saying you should do it, but I'm explaining that's my animus and that's my impetus. And is that coming from a self-trust? I don't know. Is it coming from stupidity? I don't know. Is it coming from instinct? I think a little bit my instinct is to be like, oh, he thinks he can get the fuck away with this. No, the fuck he can't. In that moment, I am not. In that moment, to me, in those very like precise moments, I become something else in my brain. Like I'm normally not, I kind of get activated away from, oh my God, I'm in danger. And like, I feel like I need to not prove something, but yeah, a little. I'm trying to like scare the predator a little bit. I don't know if it works. But yeah, that's what comes up for me when that happens. Now, what I would say is if the person was scarier, would that change for me? Maybe. Do you know what I'm saying? Like maybe the reason my instinct can be to do this is because I didn't really feel like super, super in danger. But I've definitely been in situations where there's a crazy belligerent man in front of my face. First, he said, get this bitch out of my face. I said, what are you gonna do, hit me? He said, yeah. He said, yeah, I am. Okay, hit me then. And then he's confronted with that part of himself, and so is everybody around. And that's when I stopped being friends with this girl who's like, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have brought me to the club with the asshole who you told me is an asshole. What is wrong with you? She might see this. That's why I don't fuck with her anymore. I actually don't fuck with a lot of people because you will notice a lot of women are very comfortable bringing you into spaces with men that they know are shit. And in those scenarios, I'm like, I know that I'm supposed to be demure and quiet. All of you are fucked. All of you are fucked. And actually, the only logical response to this in my brain is to push the big red button to show you how fucked you are. Because you know what? If I just said, okay, whatever, maybe I'd still be friends with those girls. And then maybe I'd been in another situation like that. Do you understand? So sometimes I trust my impetus. I'm like, because you'll see who your real friends are. Because a lot of women like to protect their social circles and their ability to get into clubs. And this depends on the belligerent drunk men who threaten to hit their friends. But then it's the friend's fault for speaking up. So that's my story.